Hello guys, what is up? Welcome to my video if you are new here, and welcome back if you are not. Today we have a very exciting video, so let's jump into it. Today I am going to be putting 3 celebrities head to head and decide which one of them has the best frozen microwavable meals. There are a lot of celebrities now that have joined in on this trend or created other food products, but today I am focusing on 3. The first one being none other than Mr. Guy Fieri. I absolutely grew up watching Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dive. He, in my mind, is like big celebrity. Next, we have Mr. Gordon Ramsay. I think we all know him, and I'm not gonna be gentle in this judging either, and that's for Gordon Ramsay. All right, I'm gonna be harsh today for Gordon Ramsay. Third is Miss Dolly Parton. Now, she's a little bit different. She is just a celebrity. She is not a chef. I'm sure that she cooks a mean meal, but she got famous for different reasons, right? Who should I start with? Ladies first. Let's start with Dolly Parton. I have 2 meals from Miss Dolly. I have the country fried steak and the beef pot roast. Let's start with the country fried steak. Both of these Dolly Parton meals were the cheapest ones that I bought. They are $3.85 a piece. This is fried beef patty and mashed potatoes. Why did I think this was chicken? It literally is country fried steak. Anyways, fried beef patty with mashed potatoes and country style gravy and a side of seasoned green beans and smoky bacon. So this promises a lot, and I will say this picture looks very delish. It looks very appetizing. This meal has 17 grams of protein and is 500 calories. Cook for 4 minutes on high, no need to vent. Rotate steak and potatoes, recover, cook an additional 2.5 to 3.5 minutes. My microwave is gonna get a lot of use today. All right, the first recipe is done. The microwave is currently running in the background. I hope that you guys cannot hear it too much. Let's take a look at this country fried steak. Does not look too appetizing. The mashed potatoes look okay. The green beans look all right. They did retain that like bright green color, which I do appreciate. It's hard to like make something crunchy in the microwave, and I think that that's part of this problem, making this not look super appetizing, but let's try it. I do want to start with the mashed potatoes though. They're definitely that like instant mashed potato kind of feel. Oh, there are like actual potato skins in there. You know how some instant potatoes don't have an actual potato flavor? This one does, and it's pretty well seasoned. There's definitely enough pepper on it. I don't feel the need to put any salt on it either. These are actually much better than I was expecting. They're much more seasoned than I was expecting. I mean, I should have known it's Dolly Parton, but let me try these green beans now. It's gonna be hot. They're not crunchy, but they're not super soggy. Like, they still have a decent chew to them. I think the green bean flavor is really nice. I don't think I love the gravy flavor though. Let me get a bite of that steak. It's called country fried steak, but they do say beef patty, which I do appreciate. They're not trying to claim that it's something that it's not. I can't cut through that with a fork. It doesn't look the best. I don't have super high hopes for this, but I didn't have high hopes for the other things and they surprised me. So let's try. It got like hard in the microwave. It's not bad. The flavor of everything is pretty nice. The texture of the beef, not great. Everything else is really good. It's seasoned well. There's enough salt, enough pepper. I want you to know that I am judging this on a microwavable meal scale. I would probably give this a 7. The other thing that I got from Dolly Parton's section is the beef pot roast. This says it is tender beef with vegetables and a southern style gravy. This one has 18 grams of protein and it is 290 calories. This also takes a little bit less to cook. You put it in the microwave for 3 minutes, stir, and then put it in for another 2 minutes. I have to cover these immediately when I'm done with them because the gnats are crazy here right now. This one smells so much like peppery, brown, rich gravy. This is what it looks like. I'm trying not to tip it too much. I will say that the beef looks very similar to the beef that was in the country fried steak, so it doesn't look like the highest quality, even for frozen meals. Okay, guys, there's like a bread smell coming from this. Let's get a carrot. Ooh, I love carrots, but something was weird about that one. You guys, I think it's the gravy. I think it just doesn't go well with the vegetables as much. This is not the best microwavable meal that I've had, but it still has 18 grams of protein. It still has vegetables and at least a little bit of nutrients. Something about this one is just throwing me off. The best way that I can describe the texture of the beef is like rehydrated beef jerky. Like, you know how you eat beef jerky and you've been chewing it for a little while and it's like rehydrated with your saliva? That's pretty much what this is. I'm gonna give this one a 6.5 out of 10. It's not bad. Like, it's not bad. It's just not my favorite. I definitely like the other one better. Let's move on to probably some more exciting options with Guy Fieri. From Mr. Guy Fieri, Flavortown man himself. Do you guys say Guy Fieri or Fieri? Because I always thought it was Fieri, but there's not a T. His options were a little bit crazier. Dolly's options were like home-cooked, Southern-style meal. His is like lasagna, pepperoni, pizza stuff. I got the cheesy lasagna with pepperoni and marinara sauce. His kickin' crab rangoons. I love a crab rangoon. Like, I'm talking, if I could choose a last meal, that would 100% be in my last meal. I love them. I think, though, I want to start with the mini lasagna pizza situation. You put it in the microwave for 4 minutes, you stir, and then you put it in there for a minute and a half. So altogether, it takes 5.5 minutes. Let's see how it tastes. I think this is a classic case of expectation versus reality. Literally, the top layer of this is just grease from the pepperoni. I will say it's very cheesy. There is a lot of that like ricotta mixture in here. There's not very many pepperonis though. There's like 3 pepperonis, maybe 4. This is also $5.94, so it is almost $6. There is 20 grams of protein in this, which is kind of crazy. I was not expecting that. And it has 440 calories. There is 58% of your daily sodium in this, however. The noodles are actually cooked really well. A lot of times when you have frozen noodles, they get really, really soggy and mushy. These actually have a nice bite to them. You definitely taste the pepperoni. I did get a bite with pepperoni though. It's creamy. There is a lot of ricotta in here. Let me take another bite. It does have that standard tomato marinara sauce. It's not spicy. It's not like tart or citrusy, but it is so salty. It is so incredibly salty. Guys, if it wasn't so salty, like this would actually be really good, but because of the salt alone, I'm gonna have to bump this down to a 7, which makes me sad because really the flavor and the texture is good. Probably what I am most excited for this entire video is the crab rangoons. These are kickin' crab rangoons, so I'm expecting them to be a little bit spicy. Now this is an air fryer or oven thing. Place them in a single layer in your air fryer at 400 for 4 to 5 minutes, shake them, and then put them in there for a few more minutes. So this takes just about as long as any of the microwavable meals. There were also 11 of these little crab rangoons in my packages, which I feel like isn't too bad. I will say this one is expensive though. This is the most expensive thing at $6.97, I think. And it doesn't come with a sauce. I'm baffled by that. Crab rangoon should always come with sauce, but whatever. I digress. I am getting a little bit of a crabby flavor, but not a good crabby flavor. Not like the meatiness of a crab, like the sea of a crab. You know what I mean? They are definitely not sweet on the inside, which I know that some people like. I personally like ones that are a little bit sweet, but I'm not gonna hold that against that because I know it's a personal preference. The texture of these is actually, it's good. It's really good. It's not quite as smooth of a cream cheese mixture if you get it from a restaurant, but it was literally frozen. There are actual chunks of green onion. You do get a little bit of that green onion flavor, but they are called kickin' crab rangoons, and I'm not tasting any spice really. Maybe like the slightest hint of spice. But I do think it's important to point out that these do have a fishy taste to them. They're very savory, but they do have that fishy taste. I'm judging this still on a frozen microwavable scale, not on a crab rangoon scale. I would give it a 7 out of 5. I think it's good. on a crab rangoon scale, they would probably be like a 5. Okay guys, I'm gonna pause the video here for a second. If you guys have been a subscriber for a long time, you might know that every video I put a scripture of the video in the description box below. However, I think it's important for me to just put it in my video instead of the description box that nobody sees anyways. I'll just be honest guys, my heart hurts today. A lot of things have happened this week that should never happen. I don't want to go into it too much. I don't know how this segment is gonna go exactly. I don't know if I'm gonna stop the video and talk and read the scripture every time, or if I'm just gonna put it on the video. But this week I've just realized that it's important, even if this is, you know, the small little way that I can share Jesus with somebody, it's important for me to do that. The scripture of the video today is Philippians 4:7. I'm reading from the NIV version. It says, "And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Jesus Christ." Even when our hearts are heavy, Jesus gives peace. That's where I'll stop. Let's get back to the video. Last up, we have really the thing in okay, let's take a breather. Last up, we have the meals that really inspired this video. These are Gordon Ramsay's frozen meals. He actually has a lot of them. I had a hard time even narrowing it down to 3. I got the chicken marsala pasta, lasagna, and the Wellington bites, because you can't not get the Wellington bites. Now these are air fryer as well, and then these are microwave. Let's start with the chicken marsala pasta. So this is like a chickeny, alfredo-y, mushroomy pasta. Cook it for 3.5 minutes, stir, cook for 2 minutes. The liquid is very runny, and I'm not sure if that's how it normally is, but it smells so good. It smells brothy. It smells so savory, and like there might actually be some flavor. It's so odd to me that Gordon Ramsay did a microwavable meal line. Like it doesn't make any sense for his brand, and I'm gonna be pretty harsh on it. I'm gonna get a bite with everything in it. I'm gonna get a mushroom, I'm gonna get some chicken, and I'm gonna get some pasta. The chicken texturally is awful. The mushrooms are fine. Mushrooms are always kind of like slimy and mushy when they're cooked anyways. The texture of the pasta though, it's definitely al dente, and that's hard in microwavable things. I will give them that. One thing that I really appreciate about this is you can actually see little pieces of herbs in it. This one is really good. This flavor I would 100% expect to find at a restaurant. The presentation, obviously no, but again, I can't hold that against it too much. This is 22 grams of protein and it's 440 calories. It's not bad. I would probably eat this again. Honestly, we're just gonna have a bunch of leftovers for dinner tonight, so I might have some of this. I'm gonna give this one an 8. The last meal we have, the last thing is an appetizer, but the last meal that we have is his lasagna with bolognese meat sauce. So both of the meals are $5.94, almost $6. 3 minutes, stir, 3 minutes. Lasagna rolls are done. Honestly, they don't look too bad. The noodles definitely got a little bit crunchy. There's quite a bit of ricotta in these. They are pretty stuffed. Let's try. The noodles, I say, are very similar to a lot of frozen noodles. They're very thick, but they still have a nice chew to them. I do like that meat marinara sauce. It is a little bit sweet. The ricotta actually has a really nice texture and flavor. My only qualm, my only problem with it is that, listen. That's me hitting a noodle right now. So unfortunately, some parts of this are very extremely crunchy. I think I'm gonna give this one an 8 as well. Flavor, texture, except for that part of the noodle, great. I mean, so far the flavor of Gordon Ramsay's meals are actually pretty good. And just like that, we are on the very last thing. These are Gordon Ramsay's beef Wellington bites. These were $7. It came with 5, and they took 18 minutes in the air fryer. Look at this. Like, these suckers are stuck to the bottom. They did not hold together very well. I've never had anything stick to the bottom of my air fryer quite this bad. I'm a big puff pastry fan, so I really like the puff pastry on the outside. I can't pinpoint the flavors in this though. The little beef chunks in there aren't terrible. Like their flavor is fine. Their texture is fine. It's almost just like beef in a savory gravy. If you threw some cheese in here, it would honestly be like a Philly cheesesteak bite. But there's definitely better appetizers. Like I don't think I would buy these again. I'm gonna give them like a 7 out of 10. That is all that I have for you guys today. Make sure you comment down below which one of these you want to try the most and which one you want to try the least. Let me know if you like videos like this. I also kind of want to try a video testing other celebrity like food products, not just frozen things, and also maybe trying some of their recipes. Let me know if you guys would be interested in that because I'll definitely make them if you are. Thank you so much for watching this video. It means so much to me. I hope that you guys enjoyed it and I will see you in my next video. Bye.